Anyway, I've hit record. Hit the record.
Oh, we're actually warming up now, and that's neat. And then eventually one of us is just gonna say welcome to the podcast, and then yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to You Don't Have to Be Right podcast. I love that cold open. I'm Wesley. That's Aaron. And
You're
holy shit, you're in for a treat.
you're leaving all that in, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Ah, great. Hello, it's me,
you
Aaron.
you
That's
know the
Wesley.
you know the amount of editing that I put into these things.
You just cut
Cut
the dead air at the
cut the
start.
end, cut the beginning, put some music in, call it good. So yeah, I leave most, if not all, of what we do in these things.
You
Uh,
know what? That's fair. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that's what you do. Um,
yeah.
because let me tell you,
Oh boy, here we go. Tell me,
it's gonna
tell
be
me.
a day, man. So to set everyone my mood, I had a dream where in like the middle of the night, it's not a nightmare, but it's like a dream where like you're constantly arguing with people and like you have to
Oh
try
yeah,
to
yeah.
it's like your conflicts resolution dream. I had that dream for like 4 hours in my sleep because I woke up at like 5 in the morning,
Oh
fell back to sleep,
Jesus.
and had that dream till 10, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
so I am like.
Well, what was like? Okay, okay. So,
Oh
what was
man.
the conflict and what resolution were you trying to hit that you just fucking
It
couldn't?
was it was like, imagine like an MMO like raid that it felt like it was a Monster Hunter thing almost, like we're trying to fight a monster and like everyone was having like fucking like issues about it. And I was just trying to like, we just need to fight the fucking thing. But people are like, you're fucking idiot, you don't know how to fucking do this. And I'm just like, oh, good. So and then when I woke up, it's like I was basically like, oh, so that's my anxiety and everything about that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, good to know. Yeah, good to know that's still there.
Yay!
Just annoying.
You
And then
haven't
and now
lost
you're.
that.
No, I haven't lost the anxiety yet.
No.
That's great. That's
Yes.
great. I love it. It's amazing.
Oh,
So
yeah. That's shitty.
I'm a little bit on a warpath today. If I sound like I hate everything, I may not hate everything. I'm just in a warpath, and
Welcome to
it's
the Joe Rogan podcast.
nope, no, no. I know you saw that because you see that comment down there. Mine is my
Oh, there is a. I didn't even see the comments.
in the pre-show we were talking about shorts and like how we love hate them. And,
Okay.
everyone who
Oh,
has a YouTube Shorts feeds know that, like, 1 in every at least 5 shorts you see is gonna be, like, a clip from the Joe Rogan podcast.
yeah. Yeah. Jeez, I didn't even see that. I'm sorry. Well, shit. All right. Well, thank God we're
Yeah.
not monetized.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, speaking of that, so,
Oh, here we go. All right.
we have a friend, I started saying "heckanoof" again, just for you,
Heckin'
buddy.
oof. It's a heckin'
Yeah,
oof. I never
because
stopped.
I'm on, Bluey's streams
I love Bluey.
on Monday, and apparently I said the F bomb within like 10 seconds of being on her stream, and she's like, "Well, put that back up." So I'm just like, okay, I didn't really
Well,
I didn't realize it was just memes that you wanted to like actually. So now I just started saying heckanoof,
yeah.
and I think I don't know if Blue is trying to, but she kept saying things to make me be like, "What the heckanoof are you saying?" Like,
Yeah.
and it was just like,
Heckin' oof is just a safe bet, man, because you know what you're saying, and other people
oh
can
man,
interpret
heckin'.
it differently.
So maybe I'll go on a little spree of not trying to keep everything to heckanoof.
Yeah,
Bud.
I'm too gone for that. So,
I am too. So, but
no, you know what? I hope you succeed because at least one of us should.
I mean, you were the one that for like a whole year was like, I'm gonna be PG-13, PG of and it's not just a person named Bluey, it's another person I'm starting to stream with named Chesh, who also is like, and like trying to be it, and like they always put the swear thing up as like a warning, and I'm like, man, I feel bad that everyone has to like
Yeah,
adjust their streaming because of
yeah,
me, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'll just not do it anymore.
yeah,
I'll just stop.
yeah. I mean, it's if you're streaming with people who don't like to swear or like to have the community that doesn't swear, then Yeah, it's just best to try and use that as best practice. Just be like, no swearing. You know,
Man, it's hecka doofing hard.
it's heckin' oofing hard. Well, let me tell you, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be real with you. We're not doing that on this podcast. We already have fucking sailed that boat into Kingdom Come. It's gone, baby.
We're able to change though,
Uh,
Joe, if we want to. Let's not do it in the middle of
we're two
winter
white
when
guys. We're not gonna change shit. I'm gonna be
I think
real
that's
with you.
the
If
whole
we
I think
try
that's
and
the
change
whole
something, we're gonna break something, and it's gonna be bad.
I think that's the whole foundation of this podcast. This is the fact that we don't have to be right, we don't have to fix anything.
Oh God.
It's the solid
The only
foundations of
way
this
that
podcast.
yeah, it's the only way that this would work. If we had
Oh
any
man,
responsibility whatsoever, this whole thing would just be gone.
gone.
It's
It's
done.
done.
Oy vey. Yeah, I do respect people's choices to be like, oh, I don't want swearing on stream, or hey, I'm just not comfortable with people swearing, and that's totally fine. You know, if that's the case, then absolutely, I'm going to do my best to accommodate that. You know, and yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that's probably I think that's why I did it for that whole like yearish because I was streaming
Yeah,
a lot with
well,
Story, and I don't think no, it wasn't Story. Who was the one
I
that
think you were just trying to put stuff on YouTube.
I was trying to put stuff on YouTube, and then I just didn't care anymore. And here we are. My latest YouTube stuff is me swearing.
Not like you're monetized.
I'm not going to be monetized. It's fine. I think it's like if you don't swear in the first minute and a half, you're fine. I don't know.
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Usually I swear right off the bat, so it's whatever.
I mean that's
Just get that
that's
get
what you
that
gotta
off.
do, you know?
Yeah. I don't want any question about anybody coming in asking if this video is monetized.
Speaking of streaming with people, I was wondering. This is definitely, by the way, to let you know how much we plan on the podcast. This is being discussed right now. Open up podcast. We did not discuss
Perfect.
this all. Do you want to have a guest? Do you want to have a guest next week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get a guest
Who?
next week. I don't know. I'll be surprised.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Fucking
Okay. All right.
come on.
I'm
I'm
thinking.
on this show. You know, I run this show. I don't know who the fuck my guest is. You know, whatever.
Why not? Why not? It's great. You don't need to know who
Who's
your
the
guest
one
is.
not getting scripted? Me or the guest?
All right. Well, so here's the idea. I'll after we're done recording. I'll go call my Faja and see if he wants to be on the stream next weekend. And if he doesn't,
Oh.
if it's a no, we can go ask Bluey because Bluey has the whole next 2 weeks off, and we have Bluey on
Oh,
the
heck
podcast.
yeah. We should get Bluey on.
Heckin' oof.
Heckin'
dude.
oof.
So,
And then it'll be all oofs. The
and
oof
technically, I think
cast.
when Bluey's on the podcast, we'll refer to her as her real name.
We don't
Which
have
is
to if
fun.
they don't want.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's well, of course, just ask. But
Yeah.
I know Bluey's been on our podcast by her real name, so I didn't know
Oh,
if.
still, if even if you're
Oh yeah, totally up to
even if
totally up to them.
you're FOP FOP. Yeah. Oh, FOD. I'm sorry, FOD.
Father of
No, field operating
Sped.
dad.
Yeah, field operations did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. If he does not want to be known by real name, we'll just call him
Keith care. I don't think he'll
Dude.
care.
Okay. Well, I mean,
You have to remember he worked as like in like government offices. Like so when you work in the government,
Yep.
you've doxed yourself.
Oh yeah, and that's why I don't give a shit if people know my name, is because everybody, if you can Google search me and I will pop up. Don't do that. It's harder for me because I'm only a volunteer because people don't care about volunteers, but still, it's out there. You can find it. In fact, I think someone has.
Yeah,
I think
it's probably
someone
Snoop.
did. No, it wasn't her. It was someone else.
So, you want to know something funny about Snoops that she told me? So I
Yeah.
finally caved and showed like I never had shown, and I try not to show people stuff from choir days, ECC.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
not because I'm like opposed to it or anything, but it's like I don't I don't want to like it's just
Yeah.
kind of weird for me. I finally caved and showed Snoops the video of like Butterfly that's on YouTube.
Oh.
And Snoops is like, "Wow, I kinda feel like it's not fun anymore," 'cause, like, she's like, "I already knew all the names of everyone in your choir before you'd send this to me." I'm like, "You're fucking insane." She had found all the names of everyone in the choir that I've, I'm
Oh,
lucky I'm friends with her, 'cause, like, if I wasn't, that'd
wow.
be the creepiest shit
Yeah, that's,
ever.
ooh, whoops.
So, it's funny to me, but it's kind of messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, let's be honest, it's because I don't think she would have done that if she didn't know you, so, you know?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
I mean, like, I can't be mad at her because she's the
No.
reason that's just like, every couple months, I have her go and try to see if she can find out where I live, literally to, like, help me know how easily doxable I am. And
Ah,
I've been hidden for a while now,
cool.
so, yeah. You know what? Make sure if you ever wanna do content on the internet, take yourself out of the white pages. They still exist. They're
Well,
still there.
yeah.
It's
Yep.
just all on the internet now. So make sure you take yourself out of that shit. Otherwise, they're gonna be able. It's the easiest way to find you.
Yeah.
You know if they
Name
know your
white
first and last
pages.
name.
Hmm, absolutely. No,
I'm okay with everyone knowing my first name because I have like the most common first name from like 1992 or
and I just
something.
don't give a
So
shit.
yeah,
Yeah, you know?
yeah. You type Wesley into Google, you get Princess Bride stuff anyway. So
Exactly. Look, if I get known as the Dread Pirate Roberts across the internet, I'm good with that. You know? I'm good with
honestly,
that.
I'm surprised you didn't go with that name as your internet handle.
It's just so long.
It does not follow the like happy medium of like adjective now.
Yeah, yeah. Like Jodo is just so easy to say. You know,
Yeah.
Commander Jodo is even easier to or is easy to say. Jodo is
Is
easier to
commander
say.
is commander an adjective technically? Or is it just like a rank? Is that different? I
Rank.
don't know how that works. It's a
I don't know
rank,
if
but
a
like
rank. Well,
it's
a rank is a mod. Okay. All right.
I don't know. I just don't know
Is
sentence
a
structure. So
rank add?
this is probably the weirdest thing I ever put into Google.
Yeah. Rank is a noun.
Okay, so it's a noun because you're commander. Yeah, you're talking about a commander. Yeah,
I
that'd be a
guess
noun.
because it's a person, place, thing, or idea.
But if you're talking about Jodo, Jodo is a commander. That'd be using something to describe an object.
No, okay,
If
no, it's an adjective because rank can
okay,
be a
because
verb to rank, an adverb, ranking, or an adjective, or a noun. Jesus. All right, so
yeah,
it's
because
everything.
well, yeah, because it you know in Mass Effect when they say morning commander,
Yeah,
that's a noun. But
that's
when
a
you're saying
person.
Commander Jodo, that's an adjective because you're talking Jodo is the noun and
Yeah,
commander is adjusting.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, yep. No, we got. I'm not dumb.
Also,
Look, I'm
well,
smart.
I'm fucking dumb. I put CMDR as commander, not CMR, like it's supposed to be. And because I was playing Elite Dangerous at the time, because they say CMDR, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, commander. And then everybody else is like, what's CMDR? I was like, commander. That's not commander. I was like, fuck.
Oh, you can always change it. No one
Ah,
will
it's
know.
too late for that. It's too late for me.
Ah, yeah, I got like 12 followers on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's way too
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. I
late.
got 56, okay? I'm a bit of a big deal.
Sameish.
Oh, gee. I was looking at you. So I was evaluating what do I enjoy more and what's going to be a better time sync for me. And I think it's and I determined YouTube because I can be at work and have a video post and still have content for 2 days of the week. So I'm doing Monday and Friday, and then this comes out Wednesday. So there's content throughout the week. Um, and then I was looking at it, and in the analytics, actually my analytics are doing as good as my streams. I get like 6 views on a video. That's about a stream. So it's like, you know. So,
Yeah, not a bad idea.
yeah.
Just just keep at it. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, it's just
Like YouTube is literally like I view YouTube as just throw whatever you want at the wall till it sticks. You know,
yeah, it's yeah.
and if it don't stick, try something else. Don't be afraid to try something else. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yep.
shorts right now is huge. There's so many pirate software I think it's called. It's a dev dude, and it's like he blew up because of YouTube Short. I think right now shorts is the way people are transitioning content because you can get picked up in the algorithm a lot faster because
Ah,
people watch more like instead of like watching like you want to lead them to your long form content, which is why I'm like we need to make YouTube shorts, and I never
yeah.
fucking did it because I'm a degenerate. But I'm still gonna just some of these days I'm gonna do it. But like that's the whole point is like you want to make YouTube shorts and then you can lead people towards your content.
Ah,
And, like, that's why even Twitch is like, "Here's a format to
yeah.
upload your Twitch
Yeah.
clips to YouTube," because it's like, then you'll push them to your content on Twitch, and Twitch is probably, I'm assuming because they haven't gotten rid of it, is experiencing growth because of this,
Oh,
you
that
know?
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me. That would make a lot of sense because if you're a main Twitch streamer, let's say, and
Yep.
they're saying, "Hey, push content to YouTube so that you can get mouse, get people over to the platform."
Yeah.
You're taking people who probably have never even seen Twitch, be like, "Oh, that guy's funny," and then they go, "Oh, what's Twitch?" So, although
Yeah,
I
well,
think
it's
it's
interesting
very
because
go ahead.
you can direct upload to YouTube, but you can't direct upload to TikTok yet? They were putting that in, and I just think it wasn't there yet. It's, like, wild to just think, like, I'm like, "Man, I should get a TikTok now," but I'm like, "I don't wanna download TikTok."
No,
I'm old.
that's one
I'm
piece of media
old.
that I'm not gonna get. I mean, it's just essentially
It's
Vine.
legitimized now. It's legitimized. It's Vine, but with like it's longer than Vine because YouTube Shorts are 60 seconds. I believe TikToks can be up to 3 minutes long.
Ah,
So it's not Vine. It's Vine, but yeah, it's also like there is like you can do a lot in 3 minutes. You can do some pretty long form content in 3 minutes. Like because remember that used to be like I feel like that used to be the average length of YouTube videos was like three
yeah,
minutes back in the day.
yeah,
So, like 3 to 5, and then they were like everyone had to stretch it to 10, and that was really hard. Now it's like 2 hours.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's more accessible for people when the video is 10 to 15 minutes long because I would be more inclined if I had not heard of someone to be like, "Ah, it's a 10-minute video," instead of, "Ah, it's a 2-hour video," you know?
Well, let me tell you how fucking let me counter your point there actually, because I actually think the 2 minute video, 2 hour video is better because like if you catch like if you're like hot to I say like you made a Power World video. Do you know about Power World? Have
No,
you heard about Power World at
no.
all? Oh my god. Let me tell you about, like, the game that everyone on the internet's been talking about. It's called Pal World. I've never played it. I didn't my computer would probably melt. Our computers would melt
Yep,
if we tried to play
yep,
this game. It's,
absolutely.
as I saw on a YouTube short showed it, Pal World is it was advertised as Pokemon with guns. It's actually Pokemon with guns. But it's more than that because there's also it's this game made by a company that's really good at ripping people off, like knocking off. It's really
Okay.
good. It's a game that's really good at doing knockoffs, right? They have this game called Craftpedia that looks like straight up a knockoff of like Breath of the Wild and stuff. Um and it's really but it's not bad. It's a really fun game that literally is like it looks if you squint your eyes, it's Pokemon but it's, like, also Ark Survival, and, like, all it's, like, a huge survival game elements in it, but it's also got, like, a Pokemon game in there. And it's just it's the iron's hot. If you made a 2-hour video of that, because the iron was so hot, if you got picked up, people would watch the entire 2-hour video. And and that would give you a shit ton of watch time, and then that is what matters more on YouTube with long form content than views. It's really dumb, actually,
Yeah. Well,
where
if I had a PC to fucking run it.
well, and but that's just what I'm trying to say. Remember, so your 10-minute video in YouTube algorithm right now doesn't matter as much as a 2-hour video. If you had a 2-hour video where you had 6 people watch the entire 2-hour video, it'd be exponentially better than someone who had say like you had like 5 15-minute ones, which lead up to barely an hour, and they watch that because they still think with that one 2-hour video that you got they that YouTube would think that like hey that you like this person more because you spent 2 hours on their fucking thing, which is why Isaac streamers are starting to Isaac content's starting to come back because the YouTube's picking up. That's like hour long runs, and they post every day. So like I'm starting to get Isaac stuff in my feed all over again because it's just like,
Ah,
hmm.
yeah.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, it's just kind of how it is. But it's I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Do what you wanna do,
Yeah,
because you never know when the
yeah,
algorithm's gonna switch.
yeah. I just excuse me. Yeah, I'm just doing things, man. What I'm doing. No, it's just weird. It's content creation's weird. How about that? What I have to say about
Yeah,
that?
it's content creation doesn't make any sense.
No, no, it does
So do
not.
what you want, and hopefully one day the stars will align.
Hmm. Sure, maybe. Who cares? Who really cares? You know, at this point,
Me.
that's
I
it.
don't care because in the next couple, months, we're moving, so, like, I really don't care. I gotta focus on that first. I got busy this year.
It got
Content creation
busy
is
this year.
I'm busy, man. Dude, in the same week, we looked at, like I looked at 2 Stop dying. Where's this dying in the corner over here?
Well,
Uh, in
you're just freed up.
yeah, I don't have to
There
get
we
married.
go.
Ridge died.
Content
Yeah, there you
creation
go.
galore.
I would not be super free if Riz died. I would be a la panic.
You don't say. La panic. Uh.
La panic. Anyway, in 1 week we looked at multiple houses and wedding venues, and I'm just like, I still streamed like 5 days that week, and I'm like, how? How am I alive right now?
No. You know.
There's actually a lot of time in the day if you don't like have to decompress from everything you do, or you don't allow yourself to decompress.
Yeah, just do what the
Chill out.
Irish do.
Drink.
Drink and then eventually die.
Yep.
That's it. That's it. That's what us
That's a
Irish
good way to
do.
do it.
Well, us Irish. I I don't think I'm close enough to be classified as Irish, but do what us Norwegians do. Eat food and die. There you go.
Yeah. Eat food and die.
Eat food and die.
Uh,
That's the new like Nova Scotian insult. Oh, go eat food and die there. Because they can't be too mean. You know, it's already mean saying that you go die, but now it's the go eat some good food and die there.
go eat some good food and then eventually just roll over off a cliff there, that'd be good. That makes sense right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that there.
Why don't you go ahead and just jump
God.
off a bridge there, Fred?
Just go just go ahead and do that.
Eat some lutefisk and die of
Oh
poisoning.
God,
It's as an Norwegian, have you ever had it?
yeah, I have had
Yeah.
lutefisk.
Once you have it once, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There was also a spirit that was you're supposed to drink
It's
with
like
it.
it's like a spirit made a lie or some bullshit that it's like
No,
a
no, no.
no.
It's a specific spirit that for whatever fucking reason. So the history of it was that it got shipped down from Norway all the way down to India, and they didn't like it, so it got shipped back. And if for it to specifically be that spirit, it goes onto a boat, gets shipped to India, and they just turn right the fuck back around and come back. If it doesn't get that treatment, then it's not that spirit. I can't remember what it's called. But apparently
That
they're like
sounds
it's the rocking of the boat that gives it its flavor, and the fact that it goes over the equator twice, and I'm like some bullshit, and it the spirit doesn't
mix
even.
the
Oh
spirit gets an extra mix of fossil
yeah,
fuels as it goes.
exactly. I'm like sure, yeah, that's exactly yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But yeah. So you know what time it is?
Did I trigger a thing? Or is it just I didn't trigger, it's just time for a game show, isn't
It's
it?
just a cold open game show. You didn't really trigger one.
Fucking hell.
It just didn't trigger one. It's fine.
Heckanoof,
Heckin'
bro.
oof. And these are the
Alright.
best. These are riddles.
I don't even have I didn't even start the backup recording, so I'm just gonna
Riddle me this. Why is our recording fucked?
because I didn't start a backup. I'm just
uh,
gonna hide chat and not worry about it.
that's fine. Uh, all right.
Give me. Are you look? I feel like you're looking up a riddle right now because you didn't have
No, I have
anything.
a page. A page.
Oh,
Yeah. I came
that's a new
prepared.
idea. I'm
Did
like,
you?
I need to look at my notes. No, of course
Why aren't you prepared? Prepared for this. Okay. Um all right,
I'm
first
not
one's going to
prepared
be
for
easy. Which
anything.
fish costs the most?
Is that just the question? Which
Yeah,
fish?
which fish costs the most?
This is luxury fish. Are you actually? Are you actually?
Luxury fish.
I don't know. Are you actually trying to make me at tuna? I don't know.
It's a fucking riddle.
Yeah, it's not much of a really
A
just what fish.
goldfish. Luxury fish was close. I will don't give me that. I warned you it was a riddle.
I'm
And
upset
you're
with
like,
you.
"Oh, well, I don't know the fair
You asked
market
a
price on
question.
fish." Like, Jesus Christ, it's a fucking riddle. Let's go even easier. David's father has three
Okay,
sons: Snap, Crackle, and what?
pop.
I will re-ask the question. David's father has three sons: Snap, Crackle, and blank.
David.
There it is. Hey. There you go. See, you did it. Oh
That's
God.
not a riddle. That's just like a fucking trap.
How is that a
That's
trap? That is
gaslighting
a
the
riddle.
question.
It's a play on words. Not a pun, it's a riddle. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I?
The more you take, the more you leave behind. A hole.
That technically works, but it doesn't. Because you don't
Okay.
take the hole.
The
You
more you
dig a
take,
hole.
the more you take, the more you leave behind.
Yeah.
What am I? Time.
That also works. It was footsteps. Yeah.
Fair.
It's like
Like,
the I get wetter as I dry. What am I? Type thing. So you don't. Okay, I get wetter as I dry. What am I?
I have no appropriate answer to this question. Um,
Well, there is an appropriate answer that won't get us
the
banhammered.
sea.
Towel.
That makes sense.
The sea. Aaron, how are your math scores?
My math scores were pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't ask about English or literacy.
Well, this one's not really math, but it has math elements in it.
Shit.
What is 3/7 chicken, 2/3 cat, 2/4 a goat?
Fucking abomination.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's Chicago.
What?
Get it?
Chicago.
Chicago. All right. I'll give you a math one.
I'm upset with
Uh,
you.
what's that?
So is everyone for Chicago.
Yeah, whatever. I'll see you in April. Uh, what's a single digit number with no value?
A single zero.
Yay, you got it.
That's actually just a math question.
It is
Like
a
what?
math question.
Like that's not a riddle. Like yeah, zero. It's a
And the
single digit
last
number.
one,
It has no value.
that's very topical.
You got that from like a math book.
Yeah, that's the last one that's very
Topical.
topical. Um, who marries loads of women but has never been married themselves?
Who marries loads of women but never load a dishwasher?
So we have to discuss some things. It's not a dishwasher. It's not a
It's funny
dishwasher.
though. That's funny. Okay, what was the question again? Who-
So I'll put it this way: who marries lots of people but
Oh, okay.
never marries themselves? But never is
A
married
pastor.
themselves. Yeah, pastor.
I knew that
Not a
was the
fucking
answer. I
dishwasher.
just I knew what the answer was the first time around. I
Well, you
just
got it wrong because you memed.
I I
You memed and got denied the point.
yeah, that's fair. You're keeping track?
So you have 6 points
Oh
out
boy.
of 12 games.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's just golf, right? This golf scores? Yeah? Yeah?
You'd still be losing at golf scores.
Oh shit. I'm in the dead middle of
Yeah,
like golf and high score.
you're like, ah,
Hey,
crap.
hey, please get degrees, buddy. It's fine. Right now I have an F, but we'll get that up to a C.
You know, I always liked the moniker C's get degrees, and then everybody freaks out about how you got a C, and you're like, I got a C because it's fucking
C's a good degree.
C's get degrees. I'm doing the work and I'm not understanding it, but I'm doing your bullshit work. And then people go, you gotta get an A. I'm like, C passed. Move on. Ugh, that was I think that was the worst part of going to college is that
Your
I had a
GPA
lot
mattered
of
a lot.
what's that?
Your GPA mattered a lot
Well,
in
it did. And I
college.
had a lot of A's and B's in college, but like whenever you get a C, people would be like, "Oh, you might have to go to academic counseling." I'm like, "The fuck you! I have a C. Well, like, go fuck yourself. I don't like English." Like English 101 and English 103, I got like a C and a C plus, and I was like, "Up, I'm happy. All it good." It was not. It is not something that I was like, I need to really buckle down and get an A in English. No, I was like, this does not interest me in slightest. So
Yeah. I yeah, no. I was that way with every college class. It was like, what's the least amount of work I can do to get like a B in the class? And like every math class, like either homework didn't count for anything or like it was 10% of the grade. I remember there was one teacher, like I just didn't do any homework and I got a B and he's like, you would have got an A if you did all your homework. I'm like, I know.
yeah, I
And
understand
he's like,
this.
why didn't you do any of your homework? I'm like, why?
Yeah,
It's 10% of my grade. Like
yeah,
I'll fail it. I don't care. Like I even like turned in all my homework. I get like 1 out of 10s because I do like the first three problems or something. But like I understand how to do this. It's like fucking turn it
yeah.
in.
Well, I remember my math class. I remember my math class, and she would give us the homework, like 30 minutes before the class would be over. She'd be like, "All right, I'm going to lecture you on the homework stuff," and then we just do the homework in class. Be like, "All right," and then come back, and I'd be like, "Here's my homework." So, whatever.
I never got that lucky, and I remember in I got that's so I'm gonna talk about this. Homework is stupid. Homework
Yeah,
is I'm gonna get really opinionated for no reason here. Homework
here
is
we
there
go.
because we don't give teachers enough time to teach kids.
Or
If each
money.
teacher had enough time to yeah, or might if
Yeah,
teachers had time to teach their kids, they wouldn't have to give homework because in theory they should be teaching your kids everything in class. Like I what is this? I have to teach myself now. Now I understand like math. Maybe it's good to like show it and then make sure you learn this. But I'm saying like it's just there to give you more work. And like it's like every Holly high school kid who's in honor class will tell you that there's not enough hours in the fucking day to do all their homework because every teacher gives them 4 hours of homework. And it's just like, no,
yeah.
stop it. Just don't do it. Just teach it in the class. Teach in the class. Teach it. Don't make them learn on their own. I hated homework as a kid. I hated homework as a kid. I hate homework as an adult. Anything that's just like, all right, just finish this up now. I'm like, on your own time. And I'm like, why? Why my own time? Why not now?
Now, I think it would be different if it was like, okay, the last 15 minutes of class, we have this worksheet we're doing. If you don't finish the worksheet because you fucked around in class, finish it at home.
That's
That's
different. I
different.
guess that's different.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know. I
But
also you have to
but
understand.
doing
I had a
like here's a sheet to do at home. I'm like yeah, I'm like okay. Yeah, all right, fair.
I you also have to remember I have like an actual learning disability. Like so that's why in high school I was in a class because of it and like stuff like that. So like uh I never did my homework because they would just help because they were just like you here your brain's not structured enough to do this on your own. There's no way. And like so it's just like I just do homework the day before or the day in like
My excuse
make
was
sure to
I
get
was
it
just
done.
way too lazy and Wasn't interested in the slightest.
I mean, I wasn't even if I was interested in it, it would be like
Oh, no, I
I
know.
remember like
You have an excuse, I did not.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what teacher it was that like let me turn into I think it was our freshman
Prob
math that fresh
Oh.
the new like the new math teacher that also got had his wife came along too who was an English teacher. I don't know if you ever had her. She was like brand new English teacher and she figured out real quick
You mean Andy
that
Sears?
no. I
Oh,
mean, so there was a he moved in from he was like pencil type like dude that just
Strauss?
looked like maybe I don't remember his name. But he had a wife that he was married to that also teached at the high
Oh,
school.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so I had her as my sophomore, English, and she was used to teaching seniors who, like, kinda knew their shit, not sophomores who were still little shits, and so she figured out, like, halfway through the, like, trimesters we had in high school, and then she started to figure it out, but she figured out with me really quick, like, "Hey, it's okay if you turn late, I won't, like, do any late stuff." So there'd be times where, like, I'd go 2 weeks without turning in any of her, like, writing assignments, and then just, like, suddenly she'd get it all
Mhm.
in, like, one day, and she's like, "How did you do this?" I'm like, I just did it." She's just like, "Alright," and
Yeah.
she just learned that's how I worked, and, like,
Yeah.
she instead of being, like, an absolute, like, menace about it, she's just accepted it, which was, like, the coolest thing a teacher's ever done for me,
Yeah.
and, just like, "Yeah, you know what? You're getting it done, just sometimes your brain just tells you no."
Yep, absolutely. Or you could have the complete opposite with, Mr. Dorsey, who just never gave homework and just all the classes he taught were just debate.
I don't know how I got A's in these classes. That teacher is so I don't know how. I never turned in a single there's never a turn in it. Never turned in a single assignment in his class. I never did anything to contribute in his class. He threatened me several times saying, "Hey, you're failing this class." But by the end of it I had an A. I, I think he just didn't want to deal with me again. He's just like, "I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
I don't want this guy. I don't want to see this person." And ever and like so the only and then the one teacher who did fail me in high school, one Jellison, our science teacher, I think she didn't the second time because she just didn't want to deal with me again.
That's fair. No, I remember I got him, so we had to do, world history or not world history. What was the one that Powell taught?
Political
Yeah.
science,
So I had the first political
2
science.
semesters of
Yeah,
it,
I had the
trimesters
first
of political
political
science.
science semester with Powell, and I think she gave me to Dorsey because when we took that, like, "Are you a Republican or a Democrat?" test, my whole class got Democrat and I got centralist.
Mhm.
And she's like, "You fucking cheated." And I was like, "I don't know how you cheat at this test." And she made me take it again, and I got centralist. And then the class ended, and my schedule changed to going to Dorsey. And guess what we did in Dorsey? We did debate.
Yeah.
He said,
Dorsey's
"All
political
right."
science is debate.
Yeah, he said, "All right, here is a court case that we are going to reenact for the whole semester. Have fun." And we're like, okay."
I think I got a straight A in her class because I also got like centralist in her thing. You also have to remember when we were going to high school, Republicans were a bit different than they were now, or at least we were young and didn't understand what they were. Uh, and I got it, but she was like watching me take the test, so she didn't think I was cheating. And like I explained my background to her because like I grew up evangelical, but I'm in this very like liberal school type thing. Like Vashon is just very liberal, and like so I kind of get it. I'm like, yeah, no, my friend social is like I totally get it. They should be able to do whatever they want, but I also like have this weird foundation. So like I got an A in her class, but the first trimester I had was literally I feel like her trying to make me become whatever she wanted me to be. And it was like the most interesting experience just having like someone say something and then look at you that's a teacher and you're just like as like a senior in high school, I'm just like, I know what you're trying to do right now. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, she had no shame.
I mean, it worked, but
I mean, did it?
I'm not as crazy as she was, but
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
everyone's their own person. But like,
Yeah.
I mean, in the end, I totally went that side because of. But that's also just the Tea Party wasn't even a thing when we were in high school. So like, this is getting topical. Sorry, but like it was everyone was just like it was still like old school Republican kind of nonsense when we were in high school. But I don't know. Also just got older and started personal life. So I worked in the city and I saw city shit. So
People on the streets.
people on the street. but
And we got doxxed. Or not doxxed, we got banned.
DCM,
DCMA'd.
D Pog, DMCA'd, I don't know what
He's
it is.
D go fuck yourself.
DMCAD's nuts. Anyway,
I
but then
hate
the second trimester,
PR.
Mike Dietrichson was in my class,
Yeah,
and I just stopped listening. We were just fucking off the whole like
yeah,
senior eyes had kicked in,
yeah.
and I just did not care.
My last trimester as a senior was just period 3, 4, and 5. 1 and 2 I didn't have.
I had the lowest level in my last trimester of senior year. I had the lowest level of English because I had to get an English credit. So I had like this senior English for everyone who needed a senior
Yeah,
English credit.
yeah,
And I read like 3 books, and at the end of it, I forget who the teacher was, but he's like, "You're all like," I was slacking off so much. She's like, "Can you just read this book so you pass this class and like write a report about it?" I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "If you," I think it was Jurassic Park. He's like, "If you read this book and write a report, I'll pass you."
nice,
And I'm just like, "All right, sure."
nice.
American education
Yeah,
at its finest
America.
there,
Oh, America right there. We're American. Yeah,
and I just did it.
yeah, yeah.
It's funny because like when you're in high school, you put so much stock into it. I feel like this conversation is coming up for me because I found all my yearbooks in
Oh,
meeting.
yeah.
Like we put so much stock into high school education, but I don't remember any of it.
I mean, yeah, it's just I wish I would have been told how to file taxes in high school.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't matter because I wouldn't remember that either. Like what I
I
remember
mean,
filing
what they
taxes.
should show you is how to apply to a job, how to work in a job, apply for taxes, your mathematics, your English, that's always good, but like doing this world history and stuff, that's great. American history, yes, you should know about your country's history, but having such a big importance about stuff that people just don't generally at high school level care about. Like,
Yeah,
and I go into this saying that I like history a lot, but I would have taken many of my classes. I would have taken a basic like here's how to operate in the real world over many of my classes that I took. Just because
yeah.
when I get out of high school, I'm like, how the fuck do I apply to a job? What the fuck do they want me to do with applying to a job? How do I build a resume? How do I do all these things? And it's just one of those things where it's like, it would have been great to know this, or in math,
Would
like,
have
hey,
been nice
here's how
to
you
know.
here's how you apply your taxes. Here's how you file for taxes. Stuff like that. Like, sure, a kid's not gonna be like, "Oh, but then when you get into college, you're like, "Oh, I'm so glad that I know this." You know? I like one of the
Yeah, I
most
feel like
Hmm?
we went to community college. So I feel like the community college tried to pick up some of that slack.
The community
They had a
college did a
ton
good
of
job
like,
at that,
yeah,
which I really
like
appreciated. So, I'm actually a big proponent of going to community college right out of high school. Like, if I were to go to a 4-year college, like, if I were to do it again, I would either do running start, or I would go 2 years of community college and then go to a 4-year. Because I felt like that me going to community college, I felt like I was able to get a whole lot more knowledge at more of a high school-ish. I don't know how to describe it. It didn't feel daunting because I wasn't going to a university. It felt more or less the same as going to high school, but then you felt more engaged
yeah,
in the topics that you were learning because you got to handpick most of the topics. And like the math classes that I had to take, they were more practical math. The English class
yep.
can go fuck itself. um I mean, to be fair, I just don't think I liked my teacher in English. She just was like, here's these books we're going to read and talk about, and I was like, okay, well, can we talk more into good books? Like, ugh. It was just books that no one in the class was interested. Excuse me.
I never,
Yeah,
English classes must be hard to figure out because in
and
essence, in
I'm
English class, you
sure.
have to
I'm sure.
teach writing stuff, but you have to have something for them to write about.
Right, right. But
And,
Yeah.
and if you tell kids just write about whatever you want, just make sure it's in this format and it's something you care about, you're gonna get a bunch of like weird stuff that doesn't make any
Right.
sense that you're not gonna know about as the
Right.
teacher.
Right.
So you don't know how to grade them. So you have to have books that you've read and you know understand as a teacher, but no one cares. So they like,
Just don't choose
ugh.
books that either we've read already in high school, like time and time again, or a book that is like, okay, this book's in Old English, so do your best. And then you do your best, and then they go, well, this paper doesn't really summarize the da 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 da. Da." I'm like, I couldn't summarize it because it's in Old English. How the hell am I supposed to read this? You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, come on, just choose a book. Like do a popular book for once. At least one popular book. I'm not saying
Do you,
say read Lord of the Rings and give me a dissertation on it, but like hell, if you had like a list of like 10 books and one of them was like read Lord of the Rings or
yeah.
read, friggin' Old Man's War or something like that. Something good that you'd be interested in, or some Star Wars book that you're like, yeah, so if some fucking sci-fi nerd that comes through here, you can read that shit. Like give some
You know what's
options.
funny?
What's up?
Do you know what English teacher you know what I got so lucky with my English teacher? I got in the English class that had all the sports kids in it. The moment I saw like half the baseball team in this college class I was
Yeah.
in for English, I
Yeah.
knew this was gonna be the easiest
Oh
grade
yeah.
I've ever gotten in my life.
Yeah. Because she's not gonna fail the baseball team.
She's not gonna fail the baseball
No,
team.
hell
She's not
no.
gonna fail anyone else. No, nope,
Nope, absolutely
nope.
not.
That was the easiest ride through English I've ever
Oh,
had.
that's good.
Well,
Well, hey,
I
that's
got real
lucky.
lucky.
Yeah. Uh,
I also in college had several teachers that I looked at and they were like I had that teacher that was like only like half the people who get in my class pass, and I was just like, all right, here's my paper to get out of your class.
yeah.
Here's my paper. I'm withdrawing from your class. Why? Because I'm not gonna pass. He's like, why? Because I know I'm not the 50%.
Yeah.
That was also when I got my car accident though, so I was like, I took the whole the quarter off
Yeah.
because I got a car accident. My brain was like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. No, yeah. College was an interesting time.
Yeah,
Very interesting. But yeah, here we are.
that was 10 years ago. Should have just withered away there.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago. Yet here we are. We were still alive. I thought I was going to be
I
dead.
Me too. Actually, so my hair is wet still because I took a shower this morning. One of the things I'm trying to do with my hair currently is I heard about in high school for the first time from all things a U.S. history teacher. Uh, he never washed his hair, and I was like, he didn't look like he didn't have bad hair. So this was the first time it happened. So this whole like not using shampoo to wash your hair. This is the first time I heard about it. Yeah, I know. I know. Give me the look. I haven't washed my hair in a week with shampoo. I've rinsed it out. I've put conditioner in it twice now, but I haven't washed it. And so this is a thing I'm trying because I heard about it first in U.S. history because we were talking about the 1920s and 1930s, the dawn of advertising, and he was talking about how like uh oh maybe it was the 40s. I'm not quite sure. It's been 10 years. And he was talking about how like everyone before this did a bunch of things were different, right? People were in the 1900s were starting to take showers every day, and they were just using water. But then eventually advertising came around, and then all of a sudden you need this, you need this, you need this. And he's like, I haven't washed. He just offhandedly did this comment, and he was a weird guy. I haven't washed my hair in like 2 years, like with shampoo. And I'm like, what? That was my reaction to it. And then like I think it was like 2017, 2018ish. There was a craze going on about like not washing your hair, like doing a month challenge of not washing your hair because it was starting to become well known that like hair like fuck it, I feel like I'm about to sell someone something but I'm not. Hair like strips out your oils, right? It strips out your natural
Yep.
oils. That's why you got to use conditioner and all this stuff. And I'm just like there were so many people who were just starting to not wash their hair at all. And I'm like, I tried it then, but I was still living with my. It must have been earlier than 2018 because I was still living with my parents when I did it. My dad was like, "You're an idiot. Go wash your hair." No, he didn't say that, Dad. Dad, you didn't say that. I'm just saying something to try to get you again.
I'm taking that as
Um,
written script. You absolutely now
oh,
said that.
okay. Okay, it's now per
We're
no, but
calling
it
the
was like basically
authorities.
I didn't give it enough time to
Yeah,
actually see it would work.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so I was just so tired, like my hair like up here felt dry, like no matter what I did to it. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna stop washing my hair for a while. And like it started coming up in YouTube shorts again. I'm like, I'll try it. I'll try it. I'm gonna go 30 days without putting shampoo in my hair.
Well, you know, if you have long hair, you're only supposed to shampoo it like twice or 3 times a week. Like that's the
Yeah. Well,
recommended.
that's what I
So,
was doing. But we'll see. They were like a week in, and it still looks a little oily up here, especially now. It takes forever to dry now because it just does, and like it's we'll see what it does. I'll see it. I'll see if it looks smoother now, at least. But so is that oil that's just in my hair? You never know. So we'll find out. I don't know. It's an interesting thing I'm trying. I don't know why.
yeah.
I've heard about it several times, and I'm like, screw it, I'll try it. And like, there are people who discover their hair is actually curly when they do this because their hair like gets all its natural oils back and it just starts to curl naturally. And it's like, huh. All this is something I won't say. I will say with matter of fact is everyone on my mom's side of the family, which I have their hair, is either like balding or flat. Their hair's just flat. And I'm like wondering if like is that because I'm Norwegian or is it because like they all just like strip all the oils out of their hair and wash their hair every day or something. So we'll find out. Probably not. I don't have to be right though. So get wrecked,
Okay.
kids.
All right, get wrecked, kids. You heard it
We're
here
talking about
first.
hair. We don't have any kids watching this
If we
podcast.
do, go do something more valuable with your life.
Yeah, what are you doing watching this
You little
pod? Go
shit.
do your homework. Do your homework.
Go do your homework. Okay, yeah. Hypocrite. You fucking hypocrite. Go play some video games. Do something more
Yeah, do
constructive
something.
with your life.
Learn how to do taxes.
Go play Halo. Figure out what Halo is and go play it. Okay? Not Halo Infinite.
Stop stop playing the Fortnites. All right, just don't do that anymore.
Fucking Jesus Christ. That's a word I haven't heard in a long time.
It was the
Would you
first
like
game
to
I
play some
streamed in
PUBG?
2024. Oh man, PUBG's wild. I played that at the end of last year when I was just like not talking to people for a little bit. Like I was like my detox not talking to people time was playing PUBG. It's a wild game. It has a lot of bots in it.
Oh, I'm sure it does. It's too bad Tarkov is borked right now.
Tarkov right now is actually annoyingly in a really good place. I don't know if Tarkov's in a good place or if it's just once again Escape from Tarkov is nothing has been able to recreate it. So even though Tarkov has a bunch of flaws, people still love it because it's Tarkov. It's
Yeah.
so depth. It has so much depth, and it's like it's actually. I was watching some videos about it last night. It's apparently really fun right now because you cannot hide. Like, well, you can hide, but you cannot move without making noise because everything's snow, right? Every map is made of snow, so everything is just like crunching sounds when you walk. And it's just like absolutely amazing. Like apparently, like if you can hear it, like in general, if someone has contacts on and you can hear a silenced weapon and tell where it is, which is about 200 meters, hear someone's footsteps.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's just like that was on woods at least because there's so much snow everywhere, and it's just like that's kind of cool. I thought the snow was a part of its Christmas event, but apparently it's a part of like they're doing season stuff now in Tarkov. Is so snow is the first one to come in. So once winter's done, apparently they're gonna adjust it to like spring or something.
Cool.
It's in a good place. It just has a lot of cheaters, but it sounds like
Yeah.
they're actively trying to stop the cheaters
Well,
now.
hopefully they'll get to a place where they don't have a lot of cheaters and we can play.
I also was watching a YouTuber play on Woods, and I'm now less. I don't know if there was cheaters or if we just. He knows a lot of sniper spots on Woods, and I'm like, oh, we were walking through some of those spots when we got
Oh,
just.
really?
Oh yeah, if someone there's also any semi-auto weapon that shoots. They redid the armor system, right? So armor is like worth a lot, yet also not worth a lot because so if there's no armor on your sides, which most armor doesn't, it now doesn't protect that. They actually put zones in for your sides and like the side of your neck and stuff. So it's like it's really easy at low levels to fight people, but
Gotcha.
it's interesting.
Well, I mean, maybe it's a game that we download and look at.
Maybe. No, not this week. Next week, maybe. Let's not do it this week. I don't have any time. I
Download
don't
it.
have time.
Download it now. Do
Do it.
it.
Shut up. Shut up.
Do it.
I got to do other things.
Bully you into doing it. Why
I'm
you
not surprised.
bully? Oh man. Yeah.
You want to call it? You want to call it a little
I
short
think
this
I
week?
think this is a natural close. So thank you everybody for watching. It's been a week.
It's been a busy week. We've
Yeah.
we had to we started moving. But technically, I guess we started moving last. We the house cleaned up a lot of garbage last week. So um we started doing stuff, and I know you haven't really started packing because you gotta figure out with who you're moving in with and stuff. But for some of us, we started. That's why the shelves are a little cleaner over here. Packed up a box or two basically.
Yep.
So it's gonna be wild the next month or so, and then we'll have we'll figure out the last stream in this room, the last pod. Maybe we'll figure that out. Who knows? Maybe 1 week we'll just both be gone, but we'll figure out the last
1
podcast in
week.
this room, and
Yeah.
we'll
And we'll be doing it
figure
in
it
our new
out.
location.
Vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right. Well,
all
thank you
right.
everybody. Thank you to Keith and
Same.
Noops and for your Patreons. We appreciate it.
You.
Okay, well, y'all have a good time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Yeah, we'll see you next week. Right? Good. Next
Yeah.
week. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
All right.
I have no life. I'm always here.
Forever young. Goodbye.